welcome back to the Fucking Rights Podcast. We're your hosts. This is episode 31 now, which is crazy to think about. Yeah, I don't know. I just think that it's great that this is something we started in the summer and it's now like 6 months now that we've done.
6 months-ish?
So we've gone through so much. We went through the World Juniors cancellation together. And now Olympics, and we're gonna go through U18s together, and it's gonna be so emotional. And World Juniors again when they announce it in August. But off topic, this wasn't even in the show notes, but I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, wow, I'm gonna be so lucky to have World Juniors in August.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But the draft's gonna be in July, early July, the first 2 weeks, I think. I think on the 7th.
Yeah.
Unless they move it. But yeah, on the 7th. And so I'm just thinking okay, so we have the 7th. You then have free agency the first few days. And then the tournament's supposed to start August, early August for World Juniors. So we will literally have no off season.
It's gonna be so much fun.
It's gonna be fun. Will I feel burned out? Probably.
I mean, how
But at the same time,
it's hockey.
It's hockey.
It's prospect.
And I don't expect either of my teams to make the playoffs.
Me neither.
So it's I don't have to worry about playoff hockey. I can just whatever, chill.
The Avs will make the playoffs. And then probably lose in the second round.
How are the Ducks doing, Ari?
We're in 4th place of the. Okay, so we were okay, we were qualifying for playoffs or whatever, and then the Calgary Flames decided to play good hockey, and now they're in 2nd. The Kings are in 3rd. So we're not really vibing right now. We lost our last game, so it's fine.
Right.
Ow. I mean, I hope that Anaheim realizes that the only reason, I hope they realize that, the only reason they're kind of in a playoff spot right now is because, the division is super weak.
Yeah.
I really think that the Oilers are going to pass them, and, hopefully they don't buy at the deadline. Because you shouldn't trade your good prospects for, a team that's not gonna make for playoffs next year, probably.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. The Jets are out of a playoff spot right now, and I don't expect them to get back into a playoff spot, to be really honest.
I'm a Habs fan.
They always do this in January. They go on a 10-game losing streak in January or February. They start the season off good, but they never start. Yeah, they didn't start well this year, so maybe that's what changed.
The Habs just suck. Again, like always.
Hey. The Habs suck marginally less now.
Marginally less, yeah. Yeah. And hopefully it'll get better once he, kind of establish themselves, get some practices in.
Yeah,
hopefully.
And, there's always Shane Wright.
There's always Shane Wright.
Yesterday. They were scouting him at the game yesterday.
Yeah, I know.
He had, one of his best games in a while. That boy wants to be a Habs so bad. Every time he gets asked about the Habs, he's like, yeah, it's a great city.
He lights up, and he's like, yeah, I would love to be there.
Yeah. I mean, okay, whenever he's asked about Arizona, he doesn't react the same way. He's you can tell he's bro, I don't want to be there. Can the Habs keep sucking so I don't have to be there? Speaking of which, we will get to Arizona and what is going on there. Because it's so funny. It's hilarious. But first of all, we're going to start with the Olympic talk. So the Olympics have started. Team Canada has played all of its preliminary games, which is crazy, since it's been, a week since our last episode, and, they're all over now? And so, what did you guys think? I thought the game against Germany was good.
Yeah, the first game was good.
The second game we'll get to, and then they just beat China this morning.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, doesn't look as dominant as you think it is. Definitely not. But let's talk about the USA game.
There were so many conflicting emotions because it's like, I'm Canadian and I'm cheering for Canada and I want Canada to win. So I'm like really sad, but also like Briss scored and Maddie's happy, and it's just like I don't know how to feel anymore.
Yeah, well, maybe Ari can cheer for Team USA for you. Like, you know, don't cheer for Team Canada, Ari. Don't cheer for us. They suck, and we'll get into why they suck. Yeah, the USA game was real. Honestly, okay. If we're looking at the grand scheme of things in terms of the team, whose fault really was that game? Whose fault?
The skaters were good. Like
The skaters were fine.
They
You
played pretty
could
well.
ask more of them, but they were okay.
They were good enough.
Mm-hmm. Aside from like 10 minutes where USA dominated,
Yeah.
like they
Like-
didn't really dominate the rest of the game.
Like,
It was just more of like a
Yeah,
like a flowing game. Like there wasn't really moments of domination for the US.
like it was a pretty
maybe
even
20
game,
minutes.
right?
Yeah.
It was just, you know,
Our goalie sucks.
a lot.
And our goalie still sucks.
A lot.
By the way. Because Claude Julien and the stupid Team Canada coaching staff
To mostly Claude Julien.
doesn't like young players.
Yeah, and it's
For some
mostly Claude
reason.
Julien because he hates kids apparently, and he has for a long time, and it's never changed. And I don't know why I thought it would change, because it hasn't, and he still sucks, and I still hate him.
Like, honestly, I think the only reason why Kent and Owen are playing so much, it must be Colleton. Like, Colleton also hates young players, but not to, like, that extent. He hates, like, certain specific players. Like, he doesn't hate young players as a general broad term. He hates specific young players.
Yeah.
Dylan Strome. For everyone who is unaware, it's Dylan Strome. It must be because of him. Because, like, how else are they playing so much?
I don't know.
Because okay, let's just talk about goaltending. So goaltending was literally the reason they lost the USA game. Eddie Pasquale, that's how you say his name, according to the broadcast, was bad. Was really bad. You could blame 3 of 4 goals on him.
Mm-hmm.
I say the second one you honestly could blame on him too. His 5-hole was gaping.
Oh my god.
And he wasn't in position. He overcommitted to the other side too.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: I genuinely think they're gonna go back to him for the elimination rounds.
I know. I hate it so much.
Okay, he played a good game. I'll say he played a good game against Germany. He did.
Yeah.
It was a good game, but was that game more Team Canada being good or Team Germany being really, really bad for like 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Because I'm just thinking, like, okay, so they scored their 2 goals within like a minute of each other, right? Like 2 of their goals within a minute of each
Yeah,
other.
I'm pretty sure.
Right? The 2-0 and 3-0 goals.
Pretty sure.
So I think that's just mainly on the German defense and the German goaltending being bad. Like, I don't think that was actually anything Team Canada really did.
Also,
Because they didn't have sustained ozone pressure before that.
Yeah.
And, like, the rest of the game was fine, I guess. But, yeah, like, the USA game really showed that they're just not good enough in goal.
Yeah.
But they were... they refused to start the guy who's actually good.
Devin would have won that game.
Devin would have made that save. Devin would have won that game. Devin, just the smart thing to do would have been to start Pasquale in net for Germany. Or, okay, let's go back to the scrimmage even. Okay? You can start Pasquale and Tompkins. Sure. I prefer Pasquale and Levi. But you could start those guys for the scrimmage. Start Pasquale for Germany. Start Levi for Team USA. Start Tompkins for Team China. And then see where you are for elimination / qualifications. Why didn't they start Levi? They're facing a team full of NCAA players, and they don't put the best goalie in the NCAA this year in net.
Probably one of the best goalies in NCAA history.
Exactly.
Wait.
What was your rationale for not putting him in net? Oh, the veteran gets to start. Okay, then you make him back up. They couldn't even pull Pasquale by like the fourth goal because they didn't trust Tompkins in net.
I don't know what they're doing.
I don't know what they're doing. Like, that would have been the logical choice. Okay, like, even if he had like a really, really bad game. Like, even if Levi had like got scored on it on the first 3 shots, and it's 3-0, like, I don't know, 10 minutes in, right? They still would have been able to rationalize, okay, we put him in because it's an NCAA, like, pretty much it's an NCAA team. He's faced NCAA shots before. He should be in net. That's what we thought. We were clearly wrong. Pasquale's going to be our starter from now on. Like, even if he had a bad game. Like, what was the rationale behind not starting him? Like, you wanted to get the win, but technically you didn't get the win too.
And like also,
was there any more risk in starting him versus Pasquale?
And everybody also knows that Devin is better.
Everyone knows. All the insiders are like, yeah, they're leaving their best goalie in the press box every night.
And it's like it's so stupid.
And it's like, okay, Tompkins had a good game against China today, but it's China.
Yeah, like,
what happens if Pasquale or Tompkins has a bad game in qualifications against China? No.
Yeah.
Like, okay, even if they have Canada's obviously still gonna win, but like, what if they have a bad game? What do you do then? Because you can't trust Pasquale in net. You can't trust Tompkins in net.
And Devin hasn't played.
And Devin hasn't played in like a month. Remember when they were like, yeah, we're not gonna have a starter, guys? Remember when they said that? Remember when what is Shane Doan doing? Poor Shane Doan, honestly. He literally put Devin on this team because he was like, yeah, I expect him to be the backup. Like, he pretty much came out and said that.
And now they're not putting him as the backup.
Mm-hmm. And, like, the thing is, he's so young. Like, Shane Doan is pretty young for, like, a GM, like, for like, a Team Canada GM. Yeah. So he can't even really, like, stand up to Claude Julien.
It's just...
Even though he's, like, his boss, but, like, he can't really say anything. It's just awful, like... Man, and that's just goaltending. Like, if we ran Team Canada, we could have told them, we literally could have told them this, like, when the team was announced. Like, without even any evaluation. We could have told them, okay, play who you think is going to be your starter against Germany, play Levi against Team USA, and the NCAA stuff, and then play Tompkins, and then decide after that.
Yeah. Like, it's not...
I feel like they pre-decided that Levi was just never going to play. And that they were going to hide him in the press box, like, the entire tournament.
And it's
and, like, why didn't they pull Tompkins? Okay, after it became 5-0, why didn't they pull Tompkins to get Levi in?
Yeah.
If they thought, oh, maybe he'll play, like, if someone has a bad game or something, right? Like, Why? Why? They clearly have no intention of ever playing Levi, so why did they bring him here?
Well, I think the management intended for them to play Levi, clearly. But the coach,
Clearly.
the coach and I just doesn't trust him, I feel like. And it's stupid that they don't trust him.
It's stupid. Okay, I get the awful thing is that you can tell it's all Julian. Like, because Carlton was like, he might get a game, he might not.
Yeah.
He was like very open about like, okay, he might get a game, he might not. We're gonna go with the vets right now. But Julian is just like, I don't know. But like, clearly his decision making has shown he's not gonna play Levi.
And like,
they left Tompkins in for no reason. It's 5-0. Put Levi in.
And the worst part is that this is like textbook Claude Julien as well. Right? Like, he did this when he was with the Habs, and, well, he got fired, and the Habs sucked. So, like...
Yeah, well, they also fired another coach that sucked. His replacement wasn't any better.
Okay. Well, that's just the Habs being stupid. Because it's the Habs, and whatever. They're not stupid.
Like, could we not have just gotten anyone else to coach? Anyone else?
I believe it's on the NHL. No,
It
this
was
would
on
be
the
happening.
NHL, but you're telling me you couldn't bring an OHL coach?
Yeah. Or an NCAA coach.
They were gonna bring Tournier. Like, before he signed in Arizona.
We would have been so much better off with him.
Oh my god, if Tournier coached this team, he would put Kane goalie on the first pair, but I wouldn't even care.
I wouldn't care because the team would win.
Yeah. Or at least be in contention. Like, man. If we ran Team Canada, that's the title of this episode. If we ran Team Canada, we could fix them. But no, we can't. Yeah, I don't know. It's so stupid that they didn't play Levi. Like, why didn't they play Levi? Why didn't they play Levi against NCAA guys? Like, isn't half the team Hockey East?
Yeah.
And the other half is the Big Ten, pretty much. And like some other guys. Like, half the team is Hockey East, and then half the team is guys he's faced at World Juniors.
Yeah, basically.
Bro, why did you play him against Team USA? Even if he sucked, you could have pulled him. But they couldn't pull Pasquale because Tompkins sucks. And they know Tompkins sucks. But he's older. So that's why they're not playing Levi. And I get so mad about it. I get so upset. Why did they ruin his Hobie Baker season? Okay? His Hobie Baker season just for him to sit in the press box at the Olympics.
It's so fucking stupid and annoying.
Oh my god. What are your thoughts, Ari? Cheer us up with something, please, so we don't feel as sad about this.
Cheer you up? Well, I don't really know. I mean, it does suck that they're not playing him, and he was doing so good, like, playing with his team, and now they're... You did make a good point about, like, why taking him to the Olympics. It's so sad, though, because he has so much potential, and they're not realizing it.
They're not realizing any of it. But anyways, we'll move on from goaltending, because there are other issues with this team we have to talk about. I put them in a post. Give me a second to find this post again. Because I put them in a post. Obviously the goaltending's like the big one, but also the lines. Let's talk about the lines. Can we talk about Kent Johnson? Was supposed to be an alternate, and he's literally running the Team Canada defense. He has 4 points.
Offense,
sorry. Did I see defense?
Yeah.
Offense. Owen's running the defense. We can talk about that later, but he has 4 points. I don't think Sidney Crosby had 4 points at any of his Olympics. I don't think did Sidney Crosby even score? Did Sidney Crosby even score at the Olympics? That's assuming. Wait, can we cut that out? I joke, but he has 4 points, 1 goal, 3 assists.
4 points in 3 games.
Yeah, 4 points in 3 games. I think he might be tied for leading point scorer at the Olympics right now. I think
He's so good.
maybe if I check the website. I know Slavkovsky is the leading. Is the leading goal scorer, but I think Kent might be tied, like genuinely, or like close to the top. He was supposed to be an alternate. Can you imagine what this team would look like if Kent Johnson was an alternate?
Farrell is leading. Oh, of course Farrell is leading.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's 6.
How many points does he have? Like 6?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kent is tied for
Kent is
4th.
7th. Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, tied for 4th, but like 7th on the list.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Which is great, actually. He's the leading scorer on the team. He's the leading scorer on the team, and he wasn't even supposed to be on this team. Can you imagine what this team would have looked like if no one got COVID and Kent Johnson didn't play?
Oh my god, we wouldn't have a team. They would all just suck.
We would have lost against Germany.
100%. They would all just suck.
He's driving the team's offense. They're the only line that scored today, I think. Pretty much.
They're basically the only line scoring in general.
Yeah. So it was Johnson, Street, and Odell that scored. So 3 of the 5 goals today were from them. And I think, what was the 5th one? The 5th one was on the power play.
Yeah.
5th one was on the power play. And then the 2nd one was on a breakaway, which you can't really count as like a team effort in terms of lines.
Yeah.
Right? And then yesterday, that line also produced, I think, 1 or 2 of the goals.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 1 of the goals, at least. And then against Germany, they produced 3 of the goals. The first line has done nothing. Can we talk about the first line? The first line has done nothing.
They're old.
Eric Stahl has exactly 0 points and 2 penalties.
The first line is old, which is why they're the first line.
Here's the thing: they put McTavish and McBain on Stahl's wings, but clearly it's Stahl that's the problem.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, he's just not creating enough offensively, and like, I don't know how McBain is at BC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, I don't think that's your solution. I don't think that can be your solution to fixing that line.
McBain isn't like an offensive like player in general. Like, he can score and he can get points and stuff, but like, it's not like...
Yeah, and when you have Eric Stahl who's doing nothing, Mason McTavish is literally the only person on that. I swear, he's the only person on that line who looks like he's trying to score, like every time he gets on the ice. And so, like, I don't know how to fix this. Make Kent Johnson your first. Can you clone Kent Johnson and make him your first line? Like,
or just put him on the first line.
Or just put him on the first line. Can we just do Johnson, McTavish, McBain? Can we do that? Who cares if McTavish doesn't win a lot of face-offs? Who cares?
Kent and Mason play so well together.
Once again, the line combinations are questionable. They haven't produced. And I have no idea how they expect to, like, go into qualifications against China with the same lines.
They can't. Can they?
Well, if they think they did well today, then yeah.
They didn't do well. They didn't play well. China is just not very good.
Played worse, yeah. And China actually played well. They put like 26 shots on Tompkins.
Yeah.
Once again, I asked why couldn't you have started Levi for that game, but like, do you know what I mean? Like, the lines were bad. They only got 5 goals. The U.S. got 8 on China. 6 of them came in one period. Like, they have to do something. The lines clearly aren't working. They clearly did not go young enough. And if I'm going to be really honest, they did not go young enough on the lines. You could have pulled anyone from junior. You could have pulled anyone from junior. You could have pulled Connor Bedard from junior. Just saying. And they didn't. So yeah, that's an issue. The power play, also an issue. It scored today, but it's also an issue. The fact that Jordan Wheel is on the first power play unit has me so annoyed. Because Owen's not on the first power play unit, and Mason's not on the first power play unit, and Kent isn't on the first power play unit. How do you justify not having your leading team scorer be on the first power play unit? Like, how can you justify that? For Eric Stahl, who's only taken 2 penalties, who's done nothing except take penalties, and I don't know who else is in Jordan Wheel. And it's all because of Claude Julien. Had Claude Julien not been the coach, I don't think Jordan Wheel would have been on the first power play unit.
He would.
Because that's such a Claude move.
I don't know. I still don't know what Claude Steele is, though.
Well,
he hates kids. I don't know why he hates kids. I don't know what kids ever did to him.
Like, why is the first overall pick not on the first power play unit?
Why is the first overall pick, who is clearly your best defender, and clearly your most offensive defender, not on the power play?
Because Claude said so. Because Claude said that he hates Owen Power.
This is like last year's World Championships all over again.
Okay, but here's the thing. At least Dave Cameron made some right decisions, and he did put Connor in a better place by the end. And I think he would have moved Connor up, continually moved Connor up, had the tournament continued. Dave Cameron hates kids, but he also acknowledges when kids are playing well. But what is this?
I don't know.
How can you justify having your leading scorer not on the power play? Not power play.
I hate them.
All because of Jordan Wheel, guys. It's so necessary for Jordan Wheel to be on the power play right now.
I know.
It's not like the main struggles of Team Canada, but honestly, I don't see this team going past like the quarters. Like, they're gonna beat China in qualifications, but then they're gonna play Sweden, and Sweden's gonna win. I'm gonna be sad.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I'm like, I want Sweden to win so people will actually recognize and like point out like the mistakes and the problems that they had when like coaching this team.
Yeah, but also I don't want Sweden to win because I don't want Canada to lose.
Exactly. But like, no one's pointing out like anything. No one's pointing out how Owen Power is on the first power play unit. No one's pointing out like any of the problematic stuff that Claude Julien has done with the team. Like, genuinely. And it's like, I just want people to notice. Like, please. Because it sucks. It sucks so much that no one gets it. No one gets it. Except you guys, obviously. Because you know. But honestly, if Team Canada loses in the quarters, I am jumping straight onto the Team USA bandwagon. Like,
I'm already halfway onto the Team USA bandwagon.
Ari, what about you? How are you feeling about the USA boys?
I think it's only because I know so many of them that I'm actually like starting to be like, oh hi, I actually acknowledge you now.
Maddie
Yeah.
Nice. Maddie Nice.
Oh my god. Oh.
Do you want to talk about that, Ari?
It's not real. It's so bad. It's that one picture where like I think it was Briss scored a goal and he was in the background. Yeah, that
I know.
one picture.
I know what you're talking about. I don't like it.
I don't.
He
And I
plays for
like that.
Minnesota. I need to remember that he plays for Minnesota.
Remember he plays for Minnesota, Ari, and then you'll stop liking him. Because we don't like Minnesota here. No. I just don't know. I feel they're so fun.
All of them except for Ben Myers.
I don't want it to work, but at the same time, I want it to work so bad.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? I don't. It's like I want Canada to win gold, but like deep down inside, I know the Team USA is gonna win gold. Like deep down on the inside, they're gonna win gold in those ugly jerseys, and we'll suffer.
But it's fine
But
because
but Maddie will get a gold medal,
and
like,
Briss will get a gold medal.
Honestly, sorry, this is just making me mad about Devin again. Why did they start Devin for his revenge game against Team USA? What was that? Why didn't they start him? No, I can't. They could have just started him against Team USA for fun.
For fun. And then he would have won, like, oh, wait, no, he's actually really good.
Exactly. But no, they don't trust him because he's only 20 and, like, his numbers aren't even that good. I wish I could go back in time and tell Devin not to accept the invitation to go to the Olympics.
Oh my god, yes.
So he could play Beanpot.
Could play Beanpot.
And,
could have won Beanpot. We don't know that yet, but
he could have gotten a bunch of shutouts in Beanpot.
would have won
Instead,
the
no.
whole year. Nope.
Said no. But yeah, it's just so sad. And like, honestly, I'll be happy if Team USA wins. Like, if they don't win at Canada's expense. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if Canada's the other person, like, in the semis, or sorry, in the finals, like, obviously I'm not gonna cheer against Canada, but like, if it's not Canada, I think Team USA, I'll be really happy if they win.
Yeah.
Because, like, Maddie will get his gold and Briss, and, like, everyone will just be good and Brock, and, like...
I'm so attached to Team USA.
And Strauss man.
Strauss
man, too.
Strauss is so good. He's amazing. I love Strauss. I miss Strauss.
Here's the thing. I don't know who their starter is. That's also something to about. Because Man played the game against Canada, obviously, like, the more important game. But Camesso played the Germany game. So is Camesso their starter? Or...
I don't know. I think they're still deciding.
Because remember, like, Man only played that game, or, like, not only, but, like, you know what I mean? Like, he played the game because it was on the second half of back-to-back. Because Camesso played China.
I think Camesso...
So I'm wondering, is Camesso really the starter here?
I think so, but I disagree.
I disagree as well. I don't want him to be the starter. I'm like, bro. Camesso hasn't been that good. Only, like,
so
after World Juniors.
Good at hockey.
Yeah.
I love Strauss.
Yeah. And I guess Sanderson's injured, so that's, like, one thing that's not great.
Yeah. Rip Sandy, though. I mean, COVID. And he gets here, like, what? He gets here, and he plays one game?
Yeah.
And then he gets hurt?
injured. Oh, that sucks so much for him. So I guess then we should discuss, like, the other teams in the tournament, how they've been doing. Have you guys been keeping up?
Not really.
Yeah, same. Like, I kind of know a couple of things. Like, Russia has had a really hard time scoring, and they lost against the Czechs yesterday. So they might not be as solid as people think they are.
Yeah.
The gold.
Which I'm not
They've been
necessarily
struggling.
against.
Which I'm not against. Like, honestly, I love it if Russia just lost.
Yeah.
We know what's going on with Russia in the Olympics right now.
Don't get me started on that.
Maybe you should discuss it.
No, I don't want to discuss it. It makes me so angry because it's not even her fault, right? She's like 15 and her coach is this abusive piece of shit who like makes her skaters starve and doesn't let them live with their parents even though they're in like middle school. I'm very upset.
I don't want to discuss it. Immediately discusses it.
It makes me angry because like it's not her fault yet she's getting the blame and like yeah.
Like, what can you even do? How is the IOC dealing with this? Like,
they aren't.
You can't be considered a doper when you're less than 16 years old, and yet they let like 15-year-olds compete. Like, how does that make any sense?
The 15-year-old is an ISU rule that should be changed, and that like people wanted it to be changed for years now, but they don't do it. And they keep on supporting these, like, abusive, like, coaching and training methods and give people who use these abusive and coaching and training methods, like, Coach of the Year awards every single year. No. I'm fine.
Yeah. Well,
I hate
anyways, back to hockey. Germany's been doing well, I think. They've been in, like, some pretty close games. Like, obviously, they've lost, like, their 2 games.
But that's because they're
in their group, but I think they'll be fine. They have Slovakia in the in the qualifications, and Slovakia, honestly, pretty easy target. They haven't won a game, and they have literally one guy scoring. Like, no joke, literally one guy scoring all of their goals. But like, go him, honestly. Like, Slavkovsky, go off. Like,
he's doing so well. I'm really
he's raising his draft stock like a lot.
As he should.
Poor Nemec though. Nemec has played like 3 minutes every night. He's literally playing the Braden game at these Olympics. Did Braden even get 3 minutes a night? I swear he averaged like 1.5 minutes every night.
Yeah, no, he's
World.
Nemec is playing the Fets game.
He is playing the Fets game.
He's doing a Fets.
I still think about that sometimes. Like, how did Braden only play like 3 shifts a night?
He got an assist on his like first shift.
Yeah, he literally got an assist on one of his shifts, and they still only played him 3 shifts a night. I don't even know if they played him in the gold medal game. Like, I think they dressed him and he just sat there.
No, I'm pretty sure that was the semifinal game.
It was a lot of games in that world.
It was a couple of games, yeah.
Just a couple. Meanwhile, Owen out here playing 25 minutes a night.
But Owen only played because Miller got injured.
And Owen only played because Miller got injured. We love Owen and Kent being like, being an alt. Being an alt. But yeah. Yeah, the rest of the tournament I think is going pretty well. We'll obviously beat China, and then we'll see where everything else kind of ends up. I'm scared for Sweden though. Yeah. Like, genuinely, like when we make it through China past the qualification round. Like, I'm genuinely scared for Sweden. Because, like, they're probably going to kick our ass.
Oh, they're definitely going to kick our asses.
And we're going to lose in the quarters, and then I'll be sad. Unless we pull, like, a U18s. Unless we pull, like, a U18s and somehow score 20 goals against Sweden's 2.
Oh, my God. The U18
over 2 games.
The U18 team was good. And had good coaching and knew what they were doing.
Had good coaching.
And had their shit together.
The coaches knew, like, how to put people together. I just remember watching that tournament and being so angry, like, about, like, why Logan Stankoven wasn't on the first line.
Oh my God! Yeah! Same!
I was like, who is this Brennan Offman. Who is this Offman kid? Why is he on the first line over Stankoven? He's not even that good.
And then the broadcast started like showing pictures of him and Shane when they were like with the Don Mills Fire, and then I was like, oh my god.
Like, oh, so that's why.
It's like, oh, I really like him.
And now we're here. Now we love Otter. Otter's fantastic. I remember not knowing who Brent Clark was either.
I only knew who he was because he was from Ottawa.
I remember not knowing who Brent Clark was, and I remember like thinking, oh my god, why is Craig Button talking so much about this one kid? Like, he's not even that good. He scored like once. Like, you can shut up, Craig. Maybe this just proves that we hate Craig Button.
Yeah.
So glad he's not on the call for the Olympics, not gonna lie. I feel like he just hype up power a lot and then make fun of Kev for being short and small. But like also I don't like the CBC announcers that much. Like I like Duffy. But I don't like the guy who made fun of the Sabres today at second intermission. Of course I don't. Yeah. Any last thoughts on the men's Olympic tournament? Okay. We'll really quickly talk about the women's then. So obviously we have the finals coming up pretty soon. Well, so the semifinals I think today, and then the finals in a couple days. And yeah, that'll be pretty fun. Team Canada's looking really good.
They're so good.
Team Canada has run over their opponent.
They are so good. I love them.
Mm-hmm. Like, obviously, they're pretty dominant, but, like, if you compare them to, like, Team USA this year, they're so much more dominant than Team USA.
Oh my god. I love them.
Like, what? They won the USA-Canada game 4-2 as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. So, like, they've won so much. And, like, they've scored so many goals. And, like, the finals already probably set. We already know it's going to be USA-Canada, like... It always is every year, unless someone pulls a surprise. But I really think that this women's team could win the gold this year.
Yeah.
Because if you look at Team USA, they're not world beating their opponents in the way Canada is.
Yeah.
They're winning by margins. Like, I think they won 5-1 in their quarterfinals game. But they're clearly not at Canada's level. Like, Canada kicked Sweden's in the quarters. And they're going to kick Switzerland's too.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, I don't know. I just feel like Team Canada's got it this year. And, like, if we win a women's gold, maybe that will make up for the fact that the men's team sucks so deeply.
I feel like the women's gold, it means a lot, but it's like, it's expected. So I feel like...
One of the Americans or the Canadians. Like, that's the expectation.
Like, we already know it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Marie-Philippe Poulin is going to somehow score, like, 1 billion goals. Again. As she always does. But, like, yeah, like, the men's, this team deeply and bitterly sucks. And I'm like, bro, but look at the women. Look at the women. They're having so much fun.
Oh, the women make me so happy. I don't know what I would do without them.
What would we do if this men's team just sucked and the women weren't doing well? We wouldn't know what to do. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the women's side. Obviously, we should mention that they did wear masks against that one team against in that match against Russia, which started like a trend of people wearing masks against Russia.
No, didn't Russia get a positive test after that? Or 2?
Yeah. So Finland wore masks in their game too, and I don't think anyone else did, but that's the thing now, apparently. Men's team? What about you? You could do it too. the fact that they were wearing masks and had cages on. And
Yeah.
bubbles on. Imagine doing that. Imagine having a bubble and wearing a mask under it.
I can barely breathe in a cage, like I don't know how.
Man, the women are just so much better than the men.
They're just they're
They're just so superior.
They're clearly superior, and it's so obvious.
It's so obvious, and I love it.
I love how obvious it is.
Yeah, so moving on from the Olympics then, we have obviously the casual things, the normal little segments we do on our show. We obviously have the CHL update. So it looks like the Memorial Cup will be moved. I think I saw the dates were, the original date was June 4th, but now I think they're thinking more like June 20th.
End of June.
Which ends pretty much like 2 to 3 weeks before the draft. Which is wild to think about, because like imagine finishing Mem Cup and then doing the combine, all the draft media, like all that stuff, the draft, like all that stuff, and then World Juniors.
Do you think the people that make it to the final of the Mem Cup will even do the combine? Or do you think they'll pull
They
like that?
have to, don't they?
No, it's not mandatory.
I think they have to.
It's not
in Buffalo this year.
But
it's like not mandatory, but like,
because like I remember,
who doesn't do it? Jack Hughes is like the only one in recent memory who hasn't done it.
Yeah, but like he used to do it because he had just come back from Worlds, so like it's possible that they do the same thing here. Or at least some of them.
Maybe,
like,
but also if Shane Wright doesn't do like
like I mean like the higher ranked players.
Yeah, no, Shane will do the combine. I don't think anyone is not going to do the combine this year. Because I almost feel like Shane has to do the combine. Because so many people are doubting him. And we'll get to that. But so many people are doubting him for no reason. And so he's going to have to do the combine to show, like, he's an elite prospect still.
But it's the combine, like...
True. But we know that's not going to get canceled because that's in Buffalo. Yeah. But they're freaking thinking about moving the draft out of Montreal because, we don't know what the restrictions are going to be. Fuck you, Gary. Like, wouldn't it be so nice to see Shane Wright drafted by the Habs in Montreal?
You know how nice it would be to have a draft in Montreal? Just in general?
They've been waiting for like 2 years. Because they were supposed to get it after Vancouver. But
yeah.
COVID. Yeah.
I was so looking forward. I was like, it's only a 2-hour drive. I'm going to convince my parents to let me go. It's going to be amazing. And then COVID happened.
Yeah. I don't know. I still think, though, like, that most people will probably do the combine. But, like, that's going to be a crazy few weeks for them.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be Mem Cup, combine, draft media, draft, more draft media, World Juniors. Like, man, we're gonna be suffering. We're gonna be, like, dying out here.
There's so much content.
It's gonna be so much content. But I'm gonna be so happy about it. We're gonna be so happy about it. We're literally always asking for content.
Yeah.
So it's like, it'll be really fun. And, yeah. I just think that I just hope that Team Canada does a camp, another camp.
Yeah.
Don't just go with your team. Don't just go with that team that had horrible defense. If you can get Jamie Drives back,
Jamie and Quinton and Jarvis and Silly.
How are you feeling about Silly this fine weekend, Ari? Should I have asked that?
I'm unwell. He's been providing so much content.
Yeah. He's been great. Yeah, I just hope, like, they bring all those guys back. And, like, even if they don't, they need to reevaluate, like, the team. Like, I know it'll suck when some people are booted off, but they need to reevaluate the team.
It's only fair.
Because, like...
Right?
Yeah,
like,
it's not fair for, like, all the guys who had great CHL seasons not to be invited to the World Juniors. It's not. Like, And like, what about guys like Jack Thompson,
Yeah.
JT?
And like
JT
also,
would have made this goddamn team if he didn't get COVID.
then like, are you going to take? Are you gonna like not let Jamie Drysdale like on the team because he was in the NHL? Like, yeah, you're not on the team because you are too good.
Happening is if Jamie says no, but Fetz will convince him. Fetz, do your magic, work your magic. Be like, look, guys.
Fetz, Quentin, and Owen will convince him.
Yeah, because I think Quentin wants to go too. I feel like Quentin really wants to go back.
Yeah.
Because like there were rumors like that he was going to go back. You know, after. Like, because after his injury, right?
Yeah.
He was, like, pretty ready, but, like, but then Team Canada snubs Brant and just...
I hope Brant makes
yeah,
this
you
team.
gotta invite Brant to this camp, too. Like, they already do a camp in, like, June.
Yeah.
In, like, July, during the summer.
I hope they invite
So it's
Brant and Otter.
Well, they have to, because it's gonna be all the U20s. Because they do a U18, U20 camp, right? And so they'll do the Hlinka camp, then they'll do the U20 camp. It'll be fun. What if Adam Fantilli just like shows up to the U20 camp like, hey,
Hi.
hey. And Connor and Matt too. Like they're gonna do a centralized camp. In my personal opinion, they're gonna just do another camp. Like it's gonna suck for whoever gets booted off the team, but they're doing another camp.
Yeah.
And the person getting booted off of the team is certainly not going to be Connor Bedard, by the way.
100%. It can't be Connor Bedard.
Bro, he has like 50 points in his past 10 games, I swear. Like
he just doesn't stop. Like
he doesn't stop scoring.
He gets into this like groove and he just doesn't stop.
He just had a slow start. A slow point per game start. Yeah. And on that, talk about Shane Wright, guys. We talk about how good he's been, like how good he's actually been. He has like 19 goals and 50 points in 36 games this season. But no, he can't be the first overall pick. No.
It's because it's bad for media to have a sole obvious first overall pick. You don't get
Everyone's
as much
like,
money.
yeah, you know what? Shane isn't really that good, and like, oh, I really doubt his offensive. Bro. Like, okay, so what? He's not dominating like he should. He has 50 points in 36 games. What more do you want from him?
I don't know. And he's defensively reliable as well. Like, what else do you want? He can.
Okay, maybe he's gonna need another year in junior.
Yeah.
Let's just say maybe he needs another year in junior. That can help players. Like, because of COVID, I think everyone's gonna need another year in junior.
Yeah.
Like, no one's gonna be ready. Like, look at the people from the look at the person. Oh, I shouldn't say people, because it's one person. Look at Silly. Okay, Silly has been pretty good for the Columbus Blue Jackets this year. But if they left him another year in junior, that would have been good for his development, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I think he'll go straight to the NHL, but also, like, please realize, like, that one lost year of development for, like, most of the DHL guys.
Most of the OHL guys, especially.
Yeah, the OHL guys, especially, because they lost the whole year. At least WHL you got some people, right?
Yeah. Especially the OHL guys that didn't, like, go over to Europe.
Yeah. Well, Shane literally could not go to Europe. He didn't have the papers. He didn't have the paperwork. He would have been sent back.
Yeah.
And, yeah, I think they're overrating Logan Cooley. He's not even producing as well as Shane.
Yeah.
Like, there doesn't need to be an argument. Shane's gonna be the first overall pick. Stop trying to make it like a narrative.
Narratives are good for money, though. So.
Not good for Shane Wright, though. And that's what really matters here.
Yeah.
Anyways, though, what are your thoughts on the NCAA this week, Kat? It's your segment.
Michigan beat the shit out of Michigan State. And I'm ecstatic.
I feel like we kind of expected that.
Well, yeah, but like, it's nice to see it actually happen, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just sad Briss and Owen and Maddie and Kent weren't here. Other than that, it's a great time.
But like, yeah, I'm so happy. Like, I say, like, I vibe with the freshmen so much.
They're so much fun. Oh my god.
Alright, I know you've been thinking about the freshmen a lot. So, what are your thoughts?
I think they're great. Like at first, I only knew Luke, but like once the season started to get going, I really like all of them. They're nice. They're a nice vibe.
Nice vibes. Who's your favorite freshman?
Oh my gosh, I think it's Eddie. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Ethan Edwards, but Marcus Stuff is like a close runner-up.
Well, they do look like basically the same.
They look the exact. But my favorite thing was like when the social team even mixed them up.
Oh my god.
They were like, yeah, goal by like whoever from Marcus Stoppa, and they were like, nope, it's actually Ethan Edwards, guys.
I remember us making gifs at like the beginning of the season of like them like walking into the arena. I was like, is that Mark or is that Eddie?
Is that Eddie?
I don't know. I'm just gonna take both of them.
Clarify that Eddie is everyone knows it's Eddie. Everyone just calls him Eddie, and I'm like, bro, Kent started that.
I love how the social team uses their nicknames like all the time. You guys know the social team still calls Jack LaFontaine Laffer. Even though he left like 3 years ago, they still call him by his nickname.
I love the social team. I love how the social team is trying to be neutral in the Olympic cover when it's clear that they like Owen and Kent more.
Them like be like go USA, not even mentioning Briss or Maddie.
Yeah. It's clear that they like Owen and Kent more, and maybe that's why we get so much Owen and Kent content. Honestly. Maybe that's why. But yeah, Duel and D was fun. That was fun. It was so fun. I just thinking about Luke, like. Okay. I should probably ask who your favorite freshman is, Kat, before I talk about my favorite freshman.
I don't even feel like I don't have one. Like, it changes all the time.
Whoa!
Generally, it's Mackie, though. I feel like.
Mackie? Yeah, Mackie's a good choice.
He's adorable.
I feel like I'd die for Mackie. Mackie's just, like, so wonderful.
I read this one article about him, like, at the end of, like, after the Steel won the cup thingy, and that sold me. So yeah, okay, I love him now.
I just think that Maggie singing California Girls, like, lives in my mind rent free. Yeah. Yes. And, like, now to talk about Luke, guys, he, like, scored a couple times this weekend. Like, they were making fun of him being on American Eagle. This year, like, modeling for American Eagle, and, like, yeah. I just think I just like Luke, guys. He's just so great. And, like, he's becoming his own person, and he's not, like, being in his brother's shadows anymore.
And he's scoring he's beating the shit out of MSU, like, single-handedly.
He loves beating MSU.
Honestly. I would like to give Quinn some of the credit for that, you know? I feel like Quinn being at Michigan when he was so young, like, it really drove Luke's hatred of Michigan State.
Exactly. If only Jack had gone to Michigan. Man, you could have just completed the gauntlet, you know?
You know, I feel Jack would have gone to Michigan if he hadn't been the first overall pick.
Okay. And then I guess the last thing to mention for NCAA hockey this week is
Beanpot.
Beanpot. Yeah, it's gonna be on TSN on Monday.
Tomorrow.
And Northeastern is going for their 4th straight title.
I know.
Northeastern, who finally beat Lowell last week, yesterday, and I'm so happy. I'm so proud of them, like my little baby beans.
Jordan Harris is gonna have 3 Beanpot wins in 4 years.
Don't jinx them, Kat.
And the one that wasn't a win was because of COVID.
Don't jinx them, Kat.
I don't
What
want.
if they don't win?
They will.
What if BU somehow wins?
That's not allowed. That's illegal. BU's not allowed to win Beanpot.
Okay. Poor BC.
I was expecting it. It wasn't that upsetting. Because it was expected.
That's it for, like, NCAA talk this week in terms of games. In terms of arenas, we have Arizona. Arizona commits to 3 to 4 years of being in ASU.
Go ASU. Good for them.
Go ASU making bank. But, like, laugh thinking about it. Because, like, how are they going to play in a college arena?
A top 5 draft pick is gonna have to play in a college or in a 3,000 people arena.
Yo, hope it's Logan Cooley, not gonna lie. If it's Habs, Arizona, Habs take right,
I just want to say,
Coyotes take Cooley, then all my boys will be saved.
but also, if that, yeah.
All my boys will be saved. No taking Savoie either.
They aren't allowed.
Arizona, that's not allowed. Or Gigi. Listen, you can't take any of them. But apparently, it's not all great for ASU. Because if the Coyotes don't get their arena in Tempe approved, they will be moving. Confirmed by the insiders. Basically saying, yep, if Arizona doesn't get their arena deal, they are going to get sold back to the NHL, and they're going to move to the highest bidder. The highest bidder will be Quebec.
Yeah.
So, can't wait for Logan Cooley to play for the Quebec Nordiques, guys.
Oh. It's me so weird to have another Quebec Nordiques. Because in my mind, that's the Avs, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Well, it's like the Jets are the Coyotes now, and now the Jets will be the Nordiques. Like, I just can't wait for that to happen. Like, honestly, like, because you know Quebec is going to go for it. Like, if they have the
100%.
opportunity. Like, they have an owner. They have an arena. Like, Houston's viable, but they don't have an owner.
Yeah.
So Quebec's obviously going to win. And I can't wait for that to happen, honestly, because, like, then all of the players who are suffering in Arizona can suffer in Canada instead.
Suffer in the cold.
Yeah.
At least when you're suffering in Arizona, it's warm and the weather's nice. When you're in Canada, you suffer and you're freezing your ass off.
Yeah, I know. But we'll see where that goes. Hopefully,
But at least
I want them to get sold so bad. Like, I just want this to be over.
when they suffer in Canada, they will suffer with fans.
Fans who have a place to sit.
Yeah. They won't be alone, you know?
Ari's boy, Clayton Keller, will be doing well there. I guess final couple of thoughts. We have the sports net draft rankings. We talked about Slavkovsky going up in draft stock, but let's really quickly read through the sports net draft rankings. I don't trust Cosentino, so these don't really matter to me.
Like,
But we have right at the top Kamel at second, Cooley at third, Slavkovsky at fourth. Lambert at 5th, which is interesting. Jimmy Lambert's cousin, by the way.
Yeah.
I just thought Lambert was a common name.
Me too. Apparently not. Or, yeah.
Apparently they're related. Brad, just come over to the NCAA,
It weirds me out that they're related.
What if he just came to the NCAA?
I don't know. That'd be weird.
Like, is he allowed? Probably, right?
I don't actually... He plays in the Swedish Pro League, doesn't he?
No, he's in Liga.
I don't know. I don't know the rules regarding that.
We'll see. Kamel's stock is dropping, though, because he hasn't played that well recently. Savoie at 6th. Yurov at 7th. Jiracek at 8th. Miroshnichenko at 9. And Geeky at 10. Weird that Nemec isn't on there.
Weird.
I just found that odd. But, yeah. I don't really care about those ones. No one uses Cosentino's draft rankings anyways for their players.
At least we don't.
They all use Mackenzie's.
Yeah.
They all use Mackenzie's.
Well, because Mackenzie's is like actual scouts though as well.
Yeah. Mackenzie actually knows what he's doing.
Yeah. And like
doesn't just write puff pieces about prospects.
With Mackenzie, it's like those are like results like from like other like sources, like old GMs and scouts and stuff.
Yeah. Anyways, last two things. US Safe Sport. Just had because USA Hockey is so great, guys. Like, it's not that Hockey Canada is a saint, but when you compare them to USA Hockey,
yeah,
like they're just so much better. They are tampering with a sexual assault investigation. Because of course they did. Because of course. And so yeah, I think they're gonna get fined for that or whatever.
Yeah.
We're gonna get some things put on them for that. And then finally we have a quick NHL prospects update. Cole Caulfield. Finally. Of course. More than one goal.
Which proves that was Dom's fault.
Yeah. Because Martin St. Louis comes in and he just makes Cole do well, I guess.
He had a conversation with Cole, and I don't remember exactly what he told him, but he told Cole, like, he gave him advice, and then Cole scored. So.
Short Kings forever.
And now the Habs have two, Northeastern players' dads in the management.
So who's getting drafted to the Montreal Canadiens in the second round, Kat?
I wonder who. Possibly the one guy from Northeastern. Possibly.
And who's free agency with the Habs, Kat?
Jordan Harris is going to sign at the end of the season. Because if he doesn't, I will fly to Boston and cut his head off.
Yeah. And that's a good note to end our show on. So that's it for this week's edition of the Fucking Rights podcast. Next week we're going to cover, I guess, the Olympics right before the the finals. We're going to obviously cover Bean Pot, whatever else happens in the CHL.
Seniors night is next week.
Huh?
Michigan Seniors night is next Sunday.
Yep, that too. That's going to be sad. Kenton, Owen, and Maddie don't get to be there and first. Like,
it's fine. No. They are gonna have a separate seniors night with Strauss.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
okay.
gonna happen.
Let's just say that. At least we've been getting good boards content. Honestly, I think socials know what we want.
The socials team
which is content of our boys.
Social team definitely follows. Like, at least some Michigan. They see our comments. Or, like, they know.
I just worry that they're on top. Like, genuinely, because they give us all the content that we want. Like, how do you know?
They can't be on Tumblr. That's not allowed. I use Tumblr to avoid social media teams, you know? Because there you don't have any reading Tumblr thirst posts. You know?
Yeah. Anyways, that's the end of our show today. We will see you next week.